Hi, I'm Pastor Angel. I'm here with Pastor Donnell Duncan, and we are going to talk to him a little bit about the newest book called F.I.S.H with the Coin in Its Mouth. We're hoping that we can learn a little bit more insight concerning the book, as it's going to be released and available to you very soon. Hello, Pastor Donnell.
Hi, Pastor Angel. How are you?
Wonderful. Well, we have a couple of questions that we want to just ask you concerning the book, because we believe the people that are going to read it, they're interested in knowing a little bit about the book as a preview so that they'll know what they can expect when they sit down to enjoy what you have put together. So the first question is, what inspired you to write your latest book, F.I.S.H with the Coin in Its Mouth?
Well, there were many inspirations, but I'm going to give you like three big picture things. Number one, growing up in church, I have read and have heard many good messages on the spiritual dimension of financial prosperity, financial increase, etc. And then at the same time, I've also read many secular academic books on financial excellence and investing and things along those lines. And I felt like we needed to bridge the two worlds together. The spiritual side, the natural side into one. So that was one thing. Number two, I am very sensitive to what I see going on in society. And I see certain demographics at the bottom consistently, and I see certain demographics at the top consistently. So it made me curious to begin to study what's going on inside of that and why and what can we do about it. And then number three, my father introduced the term the fish with the gold in its mouth many years ago, and I never forgot it. And the time came for me to write a book about it. So I told him I was going to write a book about it, and I asked him to explain to me, what does this really mean? What is the fish with the gold in its mouth? And he explained to me the concept behind it, etc. And I was like, okay, I got this. And there you have it, the book, The Fish with the Coin in Its Mouth, Embracing God's Financial Game Plan.
Excellent, excellent. How about this? Who is this book primarily written for, and what should the reader expect to glean after reading its content?
Well, definitely the Christian community, and a big focus on young professionals, people who are now really getting into the financial world, getting into that job, getting out of school into that place where they're starting to collect checks and they need to start making good decisions, because at this point in time, when you're now getting into this economic system, you want to start off right and you want to understand it.
Yeah, and it's very important because, you know, there's not a lot of guidance out there for young professionals when they first get their first check, as you say. So this is definitely a helpful resource.
And for everybody else who may be a little further along in the process, the book really does dig into each stage of what we would coin climbing the economic ladder, from entry level to middle management, to upper management, to getting to the point of entrepreneurship, to investing. So wherever you are on that scale. But the goal is to catch you early. So I definitely want to get to the younger people, the people now entering the system early. And those who are a little further along in the process, hey, we catch you where we can catch you.
Well, I guess it's never too late, huh?
No, it's not.
All right. Well, how about this? What is your favorite chapter in the book and why?
I'll tell you this. I keep getting more chapters. So thank God that the due date for this book is January 1st, 2018, because I keep getting more stuff. So my favorite chapter in the book was the Joseph Principle. And that chapter had to do with understanding what to do when there's an economic uprising, when there's an economic glut. What do you do then in preparation for the lean times? That was my favorite chapter. But I added a couple of secret chapters that will be in the version of the book that comes out on January 1st, 2018. I added a chapter on the future of money. And some people will see that when they get a copy of the book, where I talk about Bitcoin and talk about cryptocurrency, Ethereum, some of these other things. And then the end of money, I love that chapter because it's prophetic. It talks about what's going to happen at the end of this story. It talks about nuclear prophecies, what's going to happen in terms of economic crashes and what's going to happen to the earth, the world system.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my long answer to a short question.
Wow, that's exciting. I know that we can't wait to get into those particular chapters, especially the newest chapters that you've added. So that's exciting. What are some testimonies that you would hope to hear concerning the fish with the coin in its mouth?
But I definitely want people who don't understand some of the finer details of the economic system to be enlightened. I definitely want to hear of how people learn some of these things, because it's not really being taught the way we present it in the book. One of the biggest things we talk about in the book is if your mindset is below the level of your money will drop to meet your mindset. If your mindset's above the level of your money will rise to meet your mindset. And the book is all about helping you position your mindset at the highest level possible, using both scripture and very practical information.
Excellent, excellent. And finally, what is the fastest way that we can get our hands on this book? When is it available and where can we get it?
Well, definitely if you are in Trinidad, the book will be at Divine Destiny Worship Center. And if you are in Atlanta, we have books at The Body Church in Snellville. Visit our website, thebodychurchinc.org. And if you're anywhere in the world, including Atlanta, Trinidad, wherever, the best thing to do is go to Amazon.com on January 1st, and that book is going to be available immediately, midnight, as the clock strikes. And for more information, and if you forget everything, you go to the website for the book, thefishwiththecoin.com. That's thefishwiththecoin.com. All of the information will be there at thefishwiththecoin.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Pastor Donnell, for enlightening us and sharing all this wonderful information and insight concerning the book and how we might go about obtaining it.
And all right. And before we leave, let me chat a little bit about a couple of things, seeing that we do have a couple of minutes. When you open this book, one of the things you're going to realize is the foreword to the book is written by my father, Apostle Emmanuel Vivian Duncan, and I couldn't have had a better person to open the book. I did take the concept from him. So I had to approach him and say, all right, Daddy, I need you to go ahead and write a foreword to this book. And the goal of this entire study is to help people understand how money works and what they can do differently to be successful with their finances. A challenge that many of us face is we can only do what we know. Before I understood how investing worked, the only thing I knew was, hey, you go to work, you get yourself a good job, and then you do the best you can with that salary. I didn't understand that I could take my salary and I could multiply it, using the salary as a seed instead of a harvest. A principle that my father taught me. He said that if you see your check as the harvest for the work you've done during that bi-week or that month, that check is the largest it will ever be. If you see that check as seed that you can use for your business, to invest, to advance the cause of the kingdom, to do more with, that's the smallest the check will ever be. So when you look at this book, you're going to begin to understand what to do when you get that check. In addition, it also gives you really practical tools as to how to advance your career, because that's important. You know, there's no way you're going to make a lot more money if you're in the same position. There's only so much anybody can do in terms of compensation just because of pay scales. So there are tools, there are ways you can advance in your career, make moves, etc., and then even move out of that into entrepreneurship, into becoming an investor. There's so much that is available in terms of information, and this was an opportunity that God gave us here during coffee shop conversations for a year to sit and write our books. And this is what the Lord gave us here. Embracing God's financial game plan. The fish with the coin in its mouth. So definitely, all of you who are in Trinidad, we are coming to Divine Destiny Worship Center. We're going to launch this book, The Fish with the Coin in Its Mouth, on December the 30th, 4 p.m. And definitely check out the church's website, divinedestinyworshipcenter.org, center with an R-E. Call the church number, 633-3780. That's 633-3780 to find out more about the book launch. And then we're also going to talk about it a little bit during the Crack Talk Conference 2018, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th of January, 7 p.m. each one of those evenings. Wednesday the 4th, Thursday the 5th, 6th. We will be there. 3rd, 4th, 5th. The 3rd, 4th, 5th. We will be there at Divine Destiny Worship Center. This is a book you want to pick up. There will be limited copies, pre-launch versions of it at Divine Destiny Worship Center for the launch, for the conference. And whenever it runs out, that will be it. And at that point, the next batch of books will be ordered by Excelsior Book and Gift Center after the book is released on January 1st. And at that point in time, it's going to be everywhere. So definitely visit thefishwiththecoin.com. That's thefishwiththecoin.com. And you'll find out all the information you need. So thank you.